Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our YouTube channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that this video is going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I'm a bit better today. Yesterday I was down with some flu. And in this video, I want us to talk about Larry Madowo's tweet that has really annoyed William Ruto and his team. Yesterday, Larry Madowo made just an innocent tweet on his official Twitter handle. And by the time of doing this video, that tweet has already attracted 1 million views, which means it had a huge impact. It has been retweeted almost 5,000 times, and it has been liked 15,000 times. That is huge. This is what Larry Madowo posted in regards to William Ruto's visit to Italy. President William Ruto said he plus other African leaders would not be summoned by one country. The African Union would represent them going forward. He's standing just steps away from both the AU chair and the AU Commission chair in Italy, while other East African presidents skipped. I want you to mark that. William Ruto, in his own words, stated not once, not twice, that it doesn't make sense for over 20 heads of states from Africa to be summoned to another country. And this tweet by Larry Madowo has really annoyed William Ruto and his handlers. Then Larry Madowo went further and attached a clip where William Ruto was saying the exact words he quoted up there. So I don't understand why William Ruto's allies are angry and are bitter. Because Larry Madowo's tweet was actually informed by a tweet informing Kenyans about William Ruto's visit to Italy by none other than Hussein Mohammed, who is State House spokesperson. I want you guys to listen to William Ruto talking about 50 heads of state or 20 heads of state being summoned, and tell me if there's any mistake that Larry Madowo committed. Because in this video, I want to reveal to you guys why Kenya Kwanza leaders are angry with Larry Madowo.
We have also decided that it will not going to be business as usual. We have these meetings, Africa, US meeting, Africa, Europe, Africa, Turkey, Africa, India. Now we are waiting for, there is another one, Africa, Russia.
And Africa, Japan.
And Africa, Japan. We have made the decision that it is not intelligent for 54 of us to go and sit before one gentleman from another place. And I mean, and sometimes we are mistreated.
Yeah.
You know, we are loaded into buses like school kids. You know, and it's not right.
Well, you are summoned, you know.
It's not right. So the decision that we have made as AU is that going forward, if there is going to be a discussion between Africa and any other country, we are going to be represented by the chair, the outgoing chair, the income, the bureau.
Chair of the commission,
and,
or the chair
and the chair of the Rex, and we have 5 Rex. That should be sufficient for, I mean, a meeting of maybe 6, 7. Yeah. That should be able to represent Africa. So what am I saying? For example, let me give you another example. We have been to US Africa. We have been to some other engagement with other countries. Now we have been invited for Russia-Africa summit. We have made a decision, very respectfully as heads of state in Africa, that any engagement with other partners must be an engagement of equals. And for it to be meaningful, if we are going to meet the president of a country, we have organized ourselves that the Troika is going to represent Africa. the chair, the current chair, the past chair, the chair that is coming, and the heads of our regional economic commissions, about 6, 7 people. But what happens continuously? When others want to engage with us, they don't want to deal with a troika. They want to invite 50 heads of state. So we go to a meeting, just explain to me what kind of outcome you expect where 50 heads of state are sitting. Everybody is asked to speak to 1.5 minutes. You speak to for 1.5 minutes. What kind of engagement are you going to get?
And of course, we understand that David Ndii has always told Kenyans that they should never believe William Ruto. And I don't understand why or how Larry Madowo believed Ruto. For me, I never believe William Samoei Arap Ruto. Yesterday, but one, which was on Sunday, this is what Hussein Mohammed posted regarding this particular visit by William Samoei Arap Ruto, because it's also significant, because they are the ones who announced this meeting. Hussein Mohammed said, press release, President Ruto departs for the Italy-Africa Summit in Rome. President William Ruto embarks on an official visit to Rome, Italy today to participate in the Italy-Africa Summit. The summit, whose theme is a bridge for common growth, will bring together 20 Africa heads of states and government to discuss crucial areas of collaborations, including food security, culture, education, vocational training, energy security, economy, and infrastructure development, as well as combating human trafficking and terrorism. So basically, this meeting is about everything. It's not specific. And it proceeds in his capacity as the chair of the Committee of Africa Heads of State and Government on Climate Change. President Ruto will deliver an address on energy security during the summit. The head of state is also scheduled to hold discussions with the President Sergio Mattarella of Italy to foster bilateral cooperation. The leaders will review agreements reached during President Mattarella's visit to Kenya last year and in subsequent meetings with Italian Prime Minister Gloria Meloni. Additionally, projects formed through collaborations between Italy and Kenya will be expedited, including programs in environment, conservation, climate change, resilience, water, education, health, everything. President Ruto's agenda also includes bilateral engagement with the European Union leaders, World Bank, IMF officials, and African leaders involved in peace process in the Democratic Republic of Congo, Sudan, and South Sudan. So you wonder how this visit is related to the peace process in South Sudan when all East African leaders boycotted this event. So in this video, I want to reveal to you guys why William Ruto's allies are better with Larry Madowo, because even then Ahmed Nasir Abdullahi didn't have kind words for Ruto attending this event. Let me just read for you part of what he's saying here. Italy has been a second-tier country in Europe and is totally irrelevant in the broader global geopolitics. So in short, Kenyans don't value the meeting which took Ruto to Italy. Probably would have sent someone else, maybe the Minister for Foreign Affairs Mudavadi, or even Rigiji, or even someone else. But why do you think William Ruto and his team are better with Larry Madowo? Today, that tweet by Larry Madowo created job opportunities for Kenya Kwanza bloggers. They were being paid to attack Larry Madowo. Why do you think that tweet provoked them that way? Number one, that tweet by Larry Madowo has actually exposed William Ruto's hypocrisy. William Ruto can speak. He can say things. The only place he draws the line is the implementation or sticking by what he says. You know, William Ruto cannot deliver such kind of powerful speech. Then the next day is the one leading, when his counterparts in East Africa are saying that event or the meeting is not significant. So Larry Madowo tweet actually just exposed the hypocrisy. In fact, most Kenyans were not even bothered by William Ruto's visit to Italy. And remember, sometimes back, Julius Malema came into the country and he really attacked Ruto over his hypocrisy.
No, if President William Ruto means it, because he said so many things and I can't locate him these days, because the things he said during election and the things he's doing now are two different things. I don't know. Because I heard him saying we need to do away with the dollar and build our own currency. But his actions are not speaking to anything of doing away with the dollar.
Number two, they're also worried because of Larry Madowo's international reputation. If you look at Africa, Larry Madowo is probably one of the top journalists at the international level there. He's one of the top. So if Larry Madowo, one of the top international journalists coming from Kenya, exposing William Ruto's hypocrisy at the international stage, then they must be worried. It means something is wrong. And that's why they're mad. And that's why that tweet reached over 1 million people, because of Larry Madowo's influence. The truth is, if someone like me probably had posted about it, I mean, nobody would have bothered. But we are talking of Larry Madowo, one of the best journalists from Africa. Working with the CNN. He has worked with BBC. He was a top news anchor in the country, exposing William Ruto's hypocrisy. That's serious. Number three, that tweet by Larry Madowo also brings the question about the value of the trip. Was that trip necessary? In fact, I was talking to someone today, and maybe you can also help me. When do you think William Ruto is working? Because I've tried to figure out the day William Ruto went to Busia. That must have been around, Raila went to Busia around 15th, maybe around 20th there. William Ruto went to Busia. You know, Raila went to Busia, then the next day Utuma went to William Ruto, a sitting president. Then the sitting president found time easily to go and campaign in Busia. From Busia, he was in Meru campaigning for 3 good days. Then from Meru, he flew to Italy. So you wonder, when is the president sitting in his office to work? Because I expect a president to be a very busy man. Today I was reading in the papers that in Nyayo House, there are 2 lines there. There's one line here, and then there's another line. If you want passport. So this line here, if you're willing to pay, so napanga, inasonga. If you're not willing to pay, or if you don't have money to bribe, unakaa kwa hii line. Aisongi, you are told kuja the next day. You are told systems have crashed. Those are things that William Ruto should actually be concerned with. He should be convening meetings to discuss, because Nyayo House is a security installation of the Republic of Kenya. Uhuru Kenyatta used to visit some of these places at night. William Ruto is just busy campaigning. So it brings that question about the value of the trip. No value at all. Probably William Ruto has gone there over the Aror issue. And you know his interest in Aror issue. And lastly, they are angry because they believe that that tweet by Madowo was actually intended to incite Kenyans against President William Ruto. You know, there are people in this country who believe that William Ruto is God. Yeah, there are people like that in this country that you can't talk about, you can't say anything about him. If you do that, you are in trouble. But the truth is, no Kenyan was incited. Larry Madowo just posted fact. And I've challenged people to just challenge Larry Madowo and his post with the fact. If Ruto did not say whatever Larry Madowo has said, Larry Madowo went further and even backed it up with a clip. I don't know what you think. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.